Oblivion, powered by Sinclair C5 motors, has front prongs made from hardened steel. A Trinity School project, but should they have added more weight, it's the lightest in the field at 58.7 kilos. Second fastest at 12 miles an hour, can still carry on motoring even if it's knocked on its head.
Robot ears, stand by.
Oblivion from Trinity School, they're Tottenham fans.
There's two pincers at the front, so you can stab the robots, and it's designed to travel upside down.
The robot is powered by two Sinclair C5 motors, fully driven. We're hoping for a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour if we need it.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Now, will they go for the wall as well? No, they're veering, and they're going to take on the house robots. Matilda's down there, and the first robot you will see beyond the spike, ridden well, is Shunt. With the axe, you'll see the axe in a couple of seconds' time. Shunt pushing Oblivion back onto that spike. Again, riding the spike well underneath Shunt this time.
We're not going through the brick wall, we're going down the side against Matilda. Hopefully fairly well.
So this blue light here, is it to call the ambulance after Matilda's got you?
No, hopefully not.
One of the team, Surin Balandra, likes weightlifting. They'll need some weight to get away from Matilda. And the chainsaw, cutting into that patterned aluminium shell, the same as used for the Gauntlet ramp. Reverse, backwards, sideways, forwards, it doesn't matter when you're taking on Shunt and Matilda. And you've got the death pit there as well. Oblivion awaits, literally. Bye-bye. Oh, tottering, teetering, Tilda's tusks. Ta-ta.
Lads, what can I say? Shunted, pickaxed, chainsawed, and then sent to Oblivion. It seemed to be able to stand up to a good bit of stick, though, didn't it?
Yeah, surprised. You felt it well.
It might have done enough to make it through, you never know. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
They are through, rising from the pits of Robot Wars hell. Oblivion 5.8 meters. Challenger nervous.
Look at that. Two robots lining up to shove you both in the bed,
Matilda did the worst. Cut through there. A bit longer and should have gone right through the electronics, I bet.
But your light kept flashing.
Yeah. The light survived at least, yeah.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
All about power and pace. Oblivion can get up to 12 miles an hour, but immediately flipped and dangerously near to the edge of the ramp. If it goes off, the adjudicators will measure where it rests. Rusts in pieces, in other words. 5.6 meters. That's not a bad run for Oblivion.
The ambulance light.
It's a good thing we didn't turn it on, actually. It would have shorted everything out. Yeah. It would have been totally destroyed.
Are you happy with that performance? Because you've got really far.
Yeah, hopefully the judges will see it our way.
Dreadnaut against Oblivion. That's the first semi-final.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Oblivion is the lighter and the faster. Dreadnaut has those fearsome forks. And no mobility, it would seem. There's something wrong here with Dreadnaut, I'm sure. Impaled on the spike. Can they get off there now, though? Must have been the spike that stopped them. No, they're not moving. Dreadnaut! There's something wrong here with Dreadnaut! And the house robot sense it. There's Sir Kill-A-Lot. Also in there is Shunt. And that's Roast Beetle. And I tell you who loves Roast Beetle. Matilda. Tasty. Matilda in on Dreadnaut, lifting it away from the flaming pit. Sir Kill-A-Lot, there's the kill cam, lifting up. Oh, that's really good. A lift on Dreadnaut, in comes the axe. Dreadnaut here in terminal decline and incline. Impaled, the body shell ripped away. It's only a question of time, and there's little Oblivion, totally unharmed. Dreadnaut can't move! Ah! That was ghastly! And surely they know it. They do. Cease. It's all over.
What's gone wrong now?
We're just trying to... Nothing's gone wrong, we're just trying to protect it. Because Mortis' reputation of going through things.
You're in a ball.
Tonight's heat final. Oblivion against Mortis.
Roboteers, stand by.
The boys from Trinity School with Oblivion. The students from Cambridge University with Mortis.
3, 2, 1.
Mortis, the second favourite for the whole of this Robot Wars competition, against Oblivion, whose major hope is to avoid that blade. Not doing a good job, the boys there. And perhaps drag Mortis towards the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone in the house robots. Certainly, the Cambridge University students have the upper hand with the weaponry. Perfection. Perforation. Look at that. It's like a sieve. Heading towards Oblivion. Could be now. Rob Knight, the man in control of Mortis again. Wants to say a big thank you to the engineering department of Cambridge University. This will be a good way to say thank you. Oblivion looking tired. Could be in the pit with the tyres. You see Matilda just waiting there at the top of the picture, waiting her chance. Oblivion trying to run away into the corners. Don't forget this final though, judged on style, control, damage and aggression. Holy smoke, it looks like the end for Oblivion here. Mortis being pushed back though, a brave battle by the boys from Trinity School. The robot only cost £700, Mortis cost 10 grand, and he's the favourite, and probably has done just about enough to win this heat final!
And Mortis is the clear winner!
Until Oblivion 2, perhaps, built at Trinity School Croydon as a sponsored project, powered by 2 C5 motors with an electric axe as the weapon. Tom James at the controls, Soren and Sapphire Belendran with him.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
And I would think they'd go straight for the barrels and easy points. As you can see, 5 for each of the barrels tumble. Underneath to knock barrels skittling. That's a good tactic. Now down the arena wall, dodging the spikes. And impaled by those spikes now. Aiming at the 50-point target tyre, but that, you see, is guarded by Bash. Getting 50 points for nudging the tyre, but in comes Killalot, and Killalot has the freedom of the arena. And I think Oblivion 2 is out of this. They're immobilised. They've gone, and now they're just fodder for the house robots. Killalot, Dead Metal, and Oblivion 2. Well, what a disappointment. They were picking up points steadily, not spectacularly. The wheels are turning, but there's nothing in the motors, they know it. A shake of the head there from Tom James, very disappointed. Pushed towards the bricks, no points in that. In comes Killalot. Oh, in comes Bash! Look what Bash has done to Killalot! The flamethrower has caught Killalot's brain alight, it seems. Oh dear, oh dear.
Cease.
Well, Killalot on fire! What a turn up for the books that is! Someone's got to get into the arena and put Killalot out. He will not like being hot under the collar. Look at the grisly sight of Killalot. Brooding, angry. What have you done to me, he says. Oblivion 2. The barrels, at least 20 points there, and another 5. So it was steady. The tyre attacked. But it was around about now that the motors went. Killalot, Dead Metal, and Bash, and Killalot on fire. That's splendid. And confirmation, 75 points for Oblivion 2. Dominator still in the lead.
We have Oblivion, totally oblivious to pain. Titanium, aerospace-grade aluminium. It's pretty impressive. They've got a massive chopper. And powered by 2 Sinclair C5 motors. Hope they have more luck than Sir Clive.
Oblivion.
Built by 2 brothers at school of titanium, dural and polycarbonate. The drive motors come from a C5, the armour from aerospace materials, and the electric axe can send anything to Oblivion.
Hi, we're Team Trinity, and this is our robot Oblivion. It's 4-wheel drive, as you can see, and it's got 2 Sinclair C5 motors driving the robot. Our main weapon is this whopping big axe, which is powered by a seriously large motor. We're producing serious damage with that. So, what can I say? The house robots better watch out.
Roboteers, stand by.
Thrash 'em, trash 'em, the message for Aggrobott, with the Leach brothers at the controls. That's Peter Leach at the left-hand side, and Saw Point with Stephen Thomas there on the right, Damien Smith on the left, and Oblivion 2 from Wellington in Surrey with the Belendron family. There's Dad Sapai on the right.
2, 1.
Oblivion 2 test their robot on the street. The neighbours have complained about the noise. Oblivion 2 under attack immediately from Saw Point. Wonderful wheels, great creation. Oh, hey, a bit wobbly though. Oblivion 2 going nowhere. Saw Point. What are they doing on those blades? They're all over the place. Reminds me of a chariot race in an old Hollywood matinee. Here they come between Aggrobott and Oblivion. Great competitors, up and over, hurdle race. Super stuff, Saw Point. I hope they go all the way. Aggrobott on the attack. Saw Point driving in on dead metal. That's Sergeant Bash. Oblivion 2 seems to be immobilised right from the start here. The Belendron team, Surin and Tavaragan and Sapphire, their dad, a business stationer, and they're rather stationary, aren't they, Oblivion? This is Aggrobott under pressure from Saw Point. Oh dear! Aggrobott here against the circular saw blades. There's a little spike. You see that out of the front there of Aggrobott? The captive crossbow hydraulic zonker. But this is not what Oblivion 2 wants to see, because Killalot has it at its mercy, flings it, discards it across the arena floor. They were immobilised right from the start, right from the very first crunch. What a shame for them, after so much work. And now Dead Metal comes in with a circular saw. Oh, look at that slicing through. And Saw Point from the wobbly start has pushed Aggrobott 2 into CPZ. It's all over, of course, for Oblivion 2. A little bit tattered and tarnished. The house robots come in for their play. There's the pit. We know that's descended. And look at circular saws. Saw Point weapons there on Aggrobott. But Oblivion 2 down the pit any moment now. I wonder if they can retain their weaponry. This is Aggrobott, little nudge of the head. They know they're safe. The whole head is hydraulic. There's the axe of Oblivion 2, which never came into play, and they are sent to Oblivion 2. Built at Trinity School in Croydon and beaten by our own Trinity of House robots, the Belendron boys. Aggrobott 2 looked convincing. Not too sure about those Saw Point boys, though.
So luck wasn't on your side.
No, unfortunately, when we hit Saw Point, the front of the robot got bent, which meant that it lifted our wheels off the floor and we couldn't move.
And what about some more ground clearance for the next walls?
Yeah, it would be a good idea. It's just there's a really fine tolerance, because you saw last year Chaos 2 won by flipping people over, and so we thought we could overcome that this year by having a very low ground clearance, but it didn't work for us this year.
You do need luck in Robot Wars. It's not all about tactics.
Obviously, and our axe was working as well until Saw Point managed to chop that off as well, as you can see here.
Yeah, so wouldn't work from the transmitter.
No.
What can I say?
Nothing.
Back for more next war.
Hopefully, yeah.